Alright, so today I thought we'd do something fun. I made my camera very small so you can see the cinematics. I'm gonna react to every WoW cinematic. The official opening ones, like when you open the game. I'll do Old Soldier and all the in-between in-game ones later. Um, I want to do react to the Warcraft 3 ones as well. I want to react to the Diablo 2 ones. Blizzard never fails with with the art or music. These cinematics are incredible. Um, but I found ones that are upscaled to 4K, so I'm gonna watch this one. This goes all the way through Shadowlands, and I got the Dragonflight and War Within the ones loaded up too. So let's go. I'll try to talk minimal while they're going on, but there is some things I want to say while they're going on. People that love this game have seen these cinematics like 5 times a piece, probably. So if you want to see it without me talking over it, go do that because these are incredible. It's like they're like movies. But yeah. Oh, also, um, grab yourself a Baja Blast, you know. But yeah, these cinematics are incredible. Again, if you want to go watch them yourself without me talking over it, sometimes fine. But I'm gonna say, at least I'm gonna try to keep it to minimal. But there's a couple of things I'm gonna say here and there. All right, let's go.
4 years have passed since the mortal races banded together and stood united against the might of the Burning Legion. Though Azeroth was saved, the tenuous pact between the Horde and the Alliance has all but evaporated.
This is what I don't get. Alrighty, I'm sorry I'm pausing, but I don't get the tenuous pact between the Horde and Alliance. It took 4 years for it to evaporate, but the whole point of Warcraft 3 was getting everybody to work together to defeat Archimonde. So I get they don't like each other, but that seems like really like short amount of time to just go back to war.
The drums of war thunder once again.
Dude, when the classic was announced, people seeing the dwarf, they went ape shit, dude. It's so good, dude. I want to point out it's awesome he summoned an infernal, but you doing that in the classic game would have been like not only a waste of the reagent, but like I think the infernal go attacks after like 5 minutes. I've said it a million times on this channel, and I'll say it a million more times. To people who ask me, nothing will ever again be November 2004's World of Warcraft. That blew our minds, man. People are like, what is this? And this was coming off like Lord of the Rings. People are like, that looked like Lord of the Rings, but like better. And we didn't think it could get better.
Imprisoned for
It's funny. My family had no clue who the villain of this expansion was. As soon as I saw this, like I saw a little bit of blue and Illidan's voice, I'm like, we're going to Outland. And I mean, Burning Crusade was already announced and stuff, so we already knew that. But like, I was surprised that they were going all the way. Like, we're gonna go fight Illidan and stuff. Like, I told my family, I'm like, dude, we're gonna go fight Illidan in Outland, and they're like, nah, we're gonna go there and it's gonna be like one extra zone.
10,000 years. Banished from my own homeland. And now you dare enter my realm. You are not prepared.
Now this I didn't get because from Warcraft 3, you only ever get to play as the Broken Draenei. So when this guy showed up, I'm like, who the hell is this? I was too young to make the connection. And then everybody told me later, like, it's the Draenei's the new race. I'm like, I don't get why he doesn't look like a broken one though. And then obviously when you play the game, it explains why, because these are the original ones. But I knew exactly what was going on with the Blood Elves, though. This wasn't a surprise. That's me right there, baby. I'm pretty sure I even had the ash candy and everything. But then I die, of course. My dad, who's always been a mage main the entire time playing this game, he's like, out of all the things they could have showed my class dude, polymorph was what they went with.
You are not prepared.
That cinematic makes me think they had Black Temple already done because the way he jumps up and how he's standing in front of Azeroth is exactly how he looks in Black Temple. Now, the skull he's looking at, like you think it's the skull of Gul'dan, right? Then he just like drops it into a pile of other skulls. So I don't know if that was supposed to be the skull of Gul'dan or not, but regardless, the Burning Crusade was an awesome cinematic, too. 'Too. 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 'Too Dude, the best one. And it's not even like, so people didn't like this one because it stopped the whole like showing off different classes and like what you as the player can do. But this is what it needed to be. It needed to be about the big man we're going to fight, right? And nothing else. Because this guy was a menace.
My son, the day you were born, the very forests of Lordaeron whispered the name Arthas. My child, I watched with pride as you grew into a weapon of righteousness. Remember, our line has always ruled with wisdom and strength. And I know you will show restraint when exercising your great power. Truest victory, my son, is stirring the hearts of your people. I tell you this, for when my days have come to an end, you shall be king.
The absolute greatest video game of all time. Wrath of the Lich King was incredible. Again, I have a huge bias towards this. This is my favorite one. This is my favorite cinematic. It's so simple. He summons a big fucking dragon, and then you realize it's not just him. He has this whole army of undead, right? I played this as a kid 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. This Wrath of the Lich King was the greatest video game we've ever had. And the cinematic is awesome too. Now, I was thinking, how can they follow it up, right? Well, then they did this.
My hatred burns through the cavernous deeps.
So the potential as a villain, I was like, holy shit, they made a villain more menacing than the Lich King, and I didn't think they could do it. But that cemented that he was this guy, Deathwing, huge threat, world-ending threat. I wasn't so big on them showing the world breaking because I knew that was coming, and like I like the familiarity, so did everybody else. Cataclysm changing the world wasn't so great, but Deathwing had the potential to be so good, and then in the game he sucked. The Hour of Twilight's one of the worst patches ever. But the build up to him being a villain, holy shit, dude. But they let us down. Now we're moving on to the one that everybody thought was a joke, and then when we played it, it was really good. It was like the opposite of this. The build up to Deathwing was incredible, and then Deathwing himself, like in the game, kind of sucked. But then Miss Pandaria, kind of a joke cinematic and a joke situation. But then when you actually played it, you're like, actually, this gameplay is really good.
To ask why we fight is to ask.
Also, I want to point out how this leaked, and I told everybody, I'm like, it's still a joke. There's no way they're doing a whole expansion based on pandas. And then this came out, and I'm like, oh boy, they're doing a whole expansion based on pandas. And then again, we played it, and it was good.
Why the leaves fall. It is in their nature. Perhaps there is a better question.
At this point, I'm like, okay, the pandas are going in the game, obviously. As soon as I seen them, I'm like, that's gonna be... I thought they were gonna be truly neutral, though. Dude, the music, man. Holy moly, the music
Why
on
we
this one.
fight. To protect home and family. To preserve balance and bring harmony. For my kind, the true question is, what is worth fighting for.
I will give that cinematic credit. That one has the best like logo. Like the fact it comes in from the side and like everything's themed to it is like perfect. The Mist of Pandaria logo like come in from the side is the best one. This one, I was like, Warlords of Draenor, you don't understand how hyped I was for this. I think everybody else too, but this cinematic was like, oh my god. There's a throwback. I'll talk more about it when it gets to the...
Drink, Hellstream. Claim your destiny. You will all be conquerors. And what, Gul'dan, must we give in return? Everything. You would reject this gift. And did you bring these mongrels here just to watch you die?
There's the throwback right here to Warcraft 3. But he saves him this time. Man, it's so good. Holy shit.
This was not our destiny.
Times change.
We will never be slaves! But we will be conquerors.
Alright, I take it back. That one was incredible too. With the come around the world and then it's Warlords of Draenor. But that one wins the award for best scene in a cinematic when he superhero jumps to the fire and puts his axe in that dude's head. I had that as like a live wallpaper, a GIF of just him doing that jump. I just watched him do that jump on loop. That was incredible. Now, Warlords itself, super let down of the expansion. Had the worst patch of all time. They gave us Twitter integration and a camera. And then they made a joke about, oh, we lost a raid tier over it. But when I saw the Dark Portal at the end of that cinematic, I thought we weren't going to Draenor. I thought they were coming to us. And I thought that was going to be way bigger of a threat than, like, I thought we'd push them back, and then eventually they'd go back to Draenor. And then I thought the follow up expansion was going to be, like, I thought the way it was going to go is they were going to invade us, we were going to push them back, and then we were going to go to Draenor. But, that's not what happened.
My son, a terrible darkness has returned to our world.
This gave me serious Harry Potter vibes with the clouds and stuff.
As before, it seeks to
Speaking of which, my dad set me down for this one, and I'm like, oh, it's a Harry Potter movie, but then Blizzard Entertainment popped up.
annihilate everything that we hold dear. I go to face it, knowing I may not return.
They're coming! They're coming back!
All my life I have lived by the sword. I've seen kingdoms burn and watched brave heroes die in vain. It's been difficult for me to trust after losing so much. But from you, I have learned patience, tolerance.
I really hate that that Sylvanas appeared in this cinematic, because right after this is when she goes apeshit crazy. And I also don't understand why she's helping us, like, not us, but the Alliance, and by extension the heroes, when she's supposed to be controlled by the jailer who wants us dead, right? Like, none of this makes any sense in hindsight.
And faith. Open fire!
I legitimately thought Varian was dying right here. Not the way he actually died, but I thought he was dead right here. He even does the whole, like, closing his eyes, accepting thing.
Anduin, I now believe, as you do, that peace is the noblest aspiration. but to preserve it, you must be willing to fight. For Azeroth!
That expansion was so good. This expansion is the one everybody talks about because this cinematic is like a throwback to quintessential like WoW cinematics.
We have paid the price for sharing this world, and we have forgotten what makes us strong.
Close rank! Advance has won! Lordaeron will be ours! My king, we have her cornered.
Keep firing!
Also, still to this day, the gnomes have yet to make an appearance in any cinematic, and this was the perfect opportunity to do it, and they didn't do it. Dude, to be fair, SoftBank would have beat his ass. Anduin cheated. You cannot resurrect in combat.
Stand as one for the Alliance!
That wins second best scene in a cinematic, the ending where the two guys jump at each other. That was also a wallpaper I had for a while. I didn't animate that one because the Garrosh jumping was way cooler. No, not Garrosh, Grom. But that's a close second.
Beyond the veil lies.
Wait, what is this? This isn't the opening cinematic to Shadowlands.
Ice Crown. A monument to our suffering. The veil between life and death. Where a usurper sits on a frozen throne.
This is my least favorite cinematic because of what happens in it.
Rules
Doesn't make any sense. Boulevard Cat's Remorseless Winter.
You are unfit to wear this crown. To wield so much power.
I think me and everybody else in the world was expecting Lich Queen Sylvanas, but like I think even the writers up to this point were thinking that, and then like I don't know if last second they changed it or like the like, let's have her break the helmet, and then they all sat down in a boardroom and were like, well, what happens when she breaks the helmet? And then we got this. I think up until like right here in the cinematic, they were all in on Lich Queen Sylvanas, and then they're just like, on second thought, no.
Power will be your prison.
This world is a prison. And I will set us all free.
Yet another one that was leaked way too soon. We knew it was called Shadowlands like months ahead of time. $10,000 ago.
The world has been sundered. It cries out in pain. We must go to its aid. We entrust our ancestral home to you, the Watchers.
This cinematic, I was super confused. Because, like,
Let the land slumber, hidden. Even
there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the game that makes it make sense.
you will feel our return in the waking of the land. Then you must light the beacon of Tearhold, lest the path home be lost to us forever.
Now. Dude's been sleeping for 10,000 years. Power nap. I gotta hand it to Rockboy for his dedication. Dude literally just power napped for 10,000 years and wakes up and is like, right back to work, buddy. Man, even my boss is, like, dead. Oh man, why put this dial in if it ain't even gonna work? Dude better get some workman's comp for this. Did all this and the dial that's supposed to turn the thing back on didn't even work. Dude, don't skip the gym day ever. He's jacked. I can't believe Blizzard is still good at this. Making you feel emotions for characters that are like kind of emotionless, right? He's a watcher, he's made of stone. Who's to say he even has emotions or cares? If he would have died, he would have just been like, oh, I did what I had to do, right? But we care about him.
The world is healing, but her fate is yet uncertain. Together, we shall be Azeroth's protectors once again. Here, the new age of dragons shall begin.
So far, great expansion. So good. Anyway, let's watch the last one. This one, I don't have much commentary on because we don't. I mean, this just shows off the new stuff coming, kind of. Like the Earthen Allied race. But so far, it's hard to tell what's, like, going on. Also, I don't get that. This is supposed to be a paladin, obviously. But this feels like this started out as a Diablo, like, crusader. Like, they're doing the Spiritborn, right? But this feels like they were going to announce Crusader or Paladin for Diablo and instead put it in here as Paladin. And they just edited the logos. Because even the logo she's wearing gives out Diablo vibes. Dude, the fact we're going to, like, the Nerubians are back is fucking. That's incredible. Anything Northrend or Nerubian is going to be awesome. Who's ready for the Worldsoul Saga? Alright, that's the end of the video. Gone almost an hour. But I'm excited to see where this is going. My prediction is the final Titan is called that because we're going back. We're gonna get Illidan. We're gonna get Sargeras. We're gonna beat the shit out of the Void Lords. But that's just my prediction. Alright, time to upload this and react to some other stuff later. Peace.